Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Emmanuel Aigbogun dey talk for this video why Tinubu remain the best man for president. Make I leave you make you hear from Emmanuel Aigbogun.
Yes. A warm good morning. Good morning to you, all my conscious Edo people and Nigerians at large. I remain no other person than yours, noble right activist, Comrade Aigbogun Emmanuel. And this very morning, I'm out discussing the candidature of Tinubu as an aspirant for the All Progressive Congress presidential seat, being the #1 seat of the Nigerian state. For a very long time, I've seen many Nigerians who, particularly Edo-lites and Edos in diaspora, who always criticize our brother, father, friend, Asuwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I think after the yesterday's PDP primaries, I think every right-thinking person who wants equity and fairness in our political space would always agree with me now that Tinubu is just the right man for the job. You people saw yesterday, despite the vigorous campaigns by His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike, you all can see that the Northerners are letting you know that power cannot shift from them, and they must hold on to power for another 8 years, and that's what it implies. And for me, I believe in fairness. I believe in rotation of power. I believe that power should not remain in the north. Power should have a shift from the north, having it been that President Muhammad Buhari has done a 2-term nearly successful, having just 1 year from today to that very day when he's going to hand over. Today is May 29th, and today to May 29th, 2023 is just 1 year to when President Muhammad Buhari would hand over. And if that's the case, that means successfully he has done his 8-year term, completely. Now, given His Excellency Atiku Abubakar the PDP flag, means that the Northerners are not, interested in allowing powers to leave the corridors of the North. What shook me yesterday was the way and manner in which the former House of Reps, now Governor of Sokoto State, Alhaji Aminu Tambuwal, did step down for Atiku yesterday. There was nobody that would believe, with the way Wike fought for Tambuwal in 2019 general elections, there's nobody that would believe that Tambuwal would not support Wike. At the last minute, he came out and told you that he was supporting Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. That tells you that the Northerners are way calculative when it comes to politics. People might see it from a different perspective, just as I'm here now seeing it from my own view. But what they believe in is unity. What they believe in is having their persons there. They're having their own in charge. And that is it, whether you give it or you give it a like or a hate. Yesterday, it was obvious that the North are still united, and they will go all out to get what they want. And for me, I believe what the APC should do, that's why I'm out this morning, is to give power to Tinubu. Ordinarily, everybody knows that the power would not have gone to the North if not for the merger from ACN, CPC, and a few members of PDP and ABGA who, put all hearts together to ensure they wrestle power from Jonathan. Now, talking politics, Asiwaju is one of the major donors when it comes to contributing to form the APC. He did not only bring in governors, he brought in 7 senators, brought in a full region, the southwest region. He brought it into the APC that, gave President Muhammad Buhari victory. You saw how the Lagosians voted for him massively. You saw how the southwest voted for President Muhammad Buhari because of their leader said he was going to support. and you saw what they came out to, to deliver in that elections. So for me, many states like ours, where I come from, Edo. Yes, sorry for that network failure. It was due to network issues. Now, if you're just joining me, I wanted to share this broadcast. Please share, we're live. I wanted to share this broadcast. Now, for me, as I was saying earlier, before the interruption, even my governor, Adams Oshomole, times without number, have come out to talk about the benefits of Asiwaju to my state. And not only that, we have seen even the vice president come out to talk about his intellectual sagacity, that brought about electoral reforms in this country, talking about the fight he put across the entire country to cancel this menace of overvoting through the legal framework we have in the country. A man like that should be given an opportunity. I don't look at age. Age is not a factor here. Because even in global what first class world countries like the America, name it, and other European countries, you see people within the age of 70, 75 becoming president. For crying out loud, the article should be around 75. Tinubu is 70, but because of nature and the way he looks, people see him to be an ancestor, the way they say it. But for me, I believe at a time like this, we should queue behind the man who has capacity. I see some young youths who don't really understand what the dynamics of politics is in this part of the world. I believe so much in reality. I'm seeing what a friend of mine, a young man who I believe is a Southerner and an Edo man, one Don Raphael Okosu, is just posting some 3 minutes on my wall. And I'm going to read it out so that most of you get to understand why we are far from reality, against our northern folks. He said, "Did you say Bat is the best president for Nigeria? How many bottles have you taken this early morning? Are you high this early morning? Can you tell me who is the best man, who has the capacity?" When you say being best, it's not being an orator. It's having the capacity and the network to achieve what you really want. Asiwaju has wealth of political connects across the south, the east, the west, and the north. If you look at all the candidates, including our brother Wike, who was just defeated yesterday in primaries, who I love so much for fighting gallantly. Wike is just a first timer in the presidential race, and he did win the likes of Saraki. Our brother Idom Emmanuel, who you saw that scored at about 30 votes, which was obvious that it was delegates from his state as the governor that voted for him, had no reason, not stepping down for Wike, who everybody knew was, the man who we all felt was going to take the day. But as you can see, the Northerners have told you that they owe their own, they know their own, and their own is their own. He stepped down for Atiku, and Atiku won. So you all know the fight Wike put in for Tambuwa in the last presidential race. So not until when we begin to play politics of reality, politics of love in the southern part of Nigeria, you will see that we are not going anywhere. As of today, Tinubu is much more celebrated in the north by Northerners to be president of this country than we the Southerners. You want to bring in a man who does not know what the corridors of power is. Don't forget, Jonathan got it on a platter of gold. What was the result we had at the end of the day? For me, I'm a realistic fellow. I am supporting Asiwaju for very obvious reasons. One, power must shift from the north. Two, I think Asiwaju can replicate what he has done in Lagos in the entire length and breadth of Nigeria. Most of you criticizing me here on this platform. If you come into Nigeria from abroad, you take a stop at Lagos. Even when we have Abuja, you prefer to stay in Lagos. Why? You give kudos to some of those things for Tinubu. In those days, nobody wanted to stay in Lagos because they say it was a hectic place. Yes, it has, the strength of commerce and all that. It's because persons like Tinubu have put an enabling environment in play. You know, go to Lekki, it's one of the fastest growing cities in West Africa. Who has all the brain work behind that? You know, if you really know Lagos when Tinubu took over Lagos, you wouldn't be saying what you're talking now. For crying out loud, this man was starved of allocation for nearly 2 years. He didn't get allocations to the state for 2 years, but he never owed salaries. He paid workers as when due. He also created infrastructure to the best of his ability at the time. So I don't see reasons why we should not pull out this hate sentiment. People are trying to mock this man, telling him he weighs on his body, you know, he's not so strong. Yes, anybody can walk, even me who is very energetic and strong. Sometimes I walk and I miss a step and I fall. That doesn't mean that people should say I'm sick for that. For me, I would appeal to the consciences of our southern brothers. Let us have Tinubu in our mind, because if we go by this hide and seek politics we are playing now, and politics of bitterness and politics of unrealistic views and achievements, I don't think the power will leave the north. And if power does not leave the north for another 8 years, my brother, we all know the consequences. There must be this fairness. Don't forget, people are agitating in the eastern part of Nigeria that they don't want to be a part of this country. So we should think inward. I expect the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to forget about this northern, political strength and focus more on the unity of this country. Because if power remains in the north for another 8 years, many other sections of this country will revolt. Many other sections of this country will revolt. We knew how the Northerners came out to say that they must get power. So for me, I am seeing it from that angle because I love Nigeria, and I'll continue to say those things that I believe, will make Nigeria, worth living and make Nigeria a home for all of us. If the power remains in the north, because from what I'm seeing now, if a weak candidate emerges from the APC, that's the major opposition, the incumbent power, what that implies is that Atiku is going to win. Atiku is going to win. Go and write it down anywhere. And for me, I ask, would you rather prefer an Atiku to a Tinubu who has really brought out the best in many persons? We know the likes of Adesina is Tinubu's product. We know the likes of Osibanjo is Tinubu's product. And funny enough, Osibanjo is running, but it doesn't have the networking across the country that Tinubu has. Asiwaju is loved by many. You guys who don't understand, but I'm telling you from my point of view that we should all queue behind Asiwaju for power to have a shift from the north. Asiwaju has the capacity, he has the intellectual strength, and the man is good to go. So the high time we realize what our local politics is in Nigeria and kill the sentiment of we want a youth, we want that. Yes, good and fine. I'm an advocate of not too young to run bill. But the question to ask, on what platform? Do you think people who have used over the years to build political platforms will just let go of the platform and allow someone to come and take over? Some persons will say, look at Sowore. Ask yourself, how Sowore has he been able to build the AAC as a party to win local elections, House of Assembly elections, so that the party can unite and form a formidable force? The answer is no. As what I believe in, you can continue to lament up to the book of Lamentations. If you don't match actions with words, you go nowhere. You go nowhere. So for me, Asiwaju is just the best man for the job. Asiwaju is just the best man for the job. I believe some of you will be saying, oh, this Emmanuel, stomach infrastructure, stomach this, stomach. I have not collected a penny from Asiwaju. I don't even know Asiwaju one-on-one. But I belong to some of his support groups because I believe he's the best man for the job. I don't know how to follow somebody that at the end of the day, he doesn't have the realistic requirements to acquire what we are fighting for. Peter Obi cannot even win his own state. He's a brain. I am happy we have him in Nigeria as a brain. But does he have the political networking? The political networking to win? The answer is no. The answer is no. So for me, I want to, plead to all good conscience party faithfuls and delegates within the APC, and particularly President Muhammad Buhari. Bringing a Jonathan will not will not help the party. Bringing in a Goodluck Jonathan from the PDP to come and withstand the article will not help the party. Bringing Yemi Osibanjo will not help the party. Bringing a Rotimi Amechi will not help the party. If you want somebody who can withstand Atiku and win him in the ballots, I think that person is Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I have seen the capacity, I have seen his networking, and very funny, most of you would want to say, I have seen his strength. His strength. Jagaban of Africa. He has been there, right from the times of Abiola. He has always been in the forefront. So you give kudos to such people. He was there when we were fighting the military for democracy that very many of us today are enjoying, despite the fact that the democracy has not gotten, to the common man on the street. But the truth be said, for us to actually attain democracy, you cannot write out Asiwaju, on the history books. So this is where I want to leave it for this morning. I will employ some of you to join me by 8 p.m. when I will be giving you a holistic, explanation to why some of us are actually calling for Asiwaju, to do the needful. For me, I believe in Asiwaju. I will continue to support him. I will continue to bring all I got to ensure that Asiwaju clinches the APC ticket. He's just the right man for the job. We should keep away sentiment. He has paid his dues. He has contributed to his party. He has stood firm for party faithfuls. So I do not see a reason why Asiwaju should not enjoy the support of the APC, particularly President Muhammad Buhari at a time like this, who also enjoyed the political might of Atiku to clinch the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The saying goes, one good turn deserves another. Asiwaju has given a good turn, and I think he deserves a good turn also. So President Muhammad Buhari, the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, do Nigerians a favor by ensuring that the current political actions we are seeing across the APC favors Asiwaju. He has paid his dues, and I believe he should be given that honor to fly the flag of the APC. This is the much I have to say this morning. I believe we'll be talking further on this. And one thing again I want to let the president know: do not allow the rest part of Nigeria believe that this sentiment of the North must rule is what is playing out. So do the needful and unite this country. Asiwaju is there to unite Nigeria. Use him as a tool, and the sky will be our limit. Thank you and bye for now. If you've not shared this broadcast and you are a lover of truth here on this platform, I can see very many of you. I can see Tessie, I can see Freshly, I can see Dennis, I can see Osaige, I can see Scott, I can see the boss, I can see Osinachi, I can see Bobby Tony. All of you watching, do me a favor by sharing this broadcast this morning, and do not forget to join me much later in the day while we discuss issues of power shift from the north. Thank you and bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Emmanuel Aigbogun, let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.